Coming to you from the world where the Triforce Goddesses and the Random Number Gods collide, this is the Link to the Past Randomizer League, and we are halfway through Cross Keys Week. I hope you still have your sanity, everybody. My name is MrScruffNinjaTuna, and I'm joined by TabbyCat54. How you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. This is, Cross Keys is in full force this week, so I hope you guys are ready for the long haul tonight. We've got sab0tender from Sphere Affinity, and we've got MrScruffNinjaTuna from Hyrule Track and Field. And both of them pretty experienced runners, so should be expecting well, it's Cross Keys, so who the heck knows what we're going to get tonight.
Well, I know that Sabo has had really good times in the past with Cross Keys, and Scruff, while he might be a little bit newer to Cross Keys than Sabo, he has proved himself a few times in some races. So this is going to be real fun.
Yeah, this is I mean, the one thing about Cross Keys, like I've been practicing for my race on Sunday, and you know, I was talking with someone about the fact that, like, I always feel like I'm last locationing something, and I feel like I'm not doing as well in Cross Keys. And the person I was talking to is like, no, that's just Cross Keys. You will always last location something.
Oh, absolutely. I play Cross Keys every once in a while, just because, like, for today, I was like, you know what, I feel like playing Cross Keys C just to, you know, even though I'm not racing this week, I just did one, and I'm like, whew. It's been so long since I played one that I'm glad I'm not doing one this week, let's put it that way.
Well, we are off, and both runners starting in Link's house with 10 arrows. Now, Link's house is always Link's house, so we at least have one point where we know where things are in the world. And Siri on my watch is trying to interfere, while we got Scruff heading up to the castle, and we got bombs on Lake Kylie Island.
That looks like an interesting entrance, but for later.
The left-sided Turtle Rock. Also interesting because usually whenever I find that, I just immediately die. And Sabo just showed me how to not die. Scruff also found the well at Uncle's location. Trying to use the bushes to see if there's... I'm assuming if there were bombs there, but there weren't. And Scruff finding Super Bunny Cave, but forgetting you don't have a mirror and you don't have a hook shot, so you gotta go the ye old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I hate whenever you find Super Bunny Cave and you're just like, wait. I need items to do this the easy way, don't I?
There is so much muscle memory in this game that you have to, like, unlearn. And then when you unlearn it, then the times that you need it, you completely forget. Oh, look! Sword at Sahasrahla on the library.
I'd also like to point out that sab0tender found the backside of a bumper ledge, and if he finds a hook shot, he can actually do something cool that's really just completely specific to Cross Keys. Well, not Cross Keys, entrance in general, where you can hook shot past that and get through that entrance from the backside without a cape.
And that Super Bunny Cave that Scruff was in had another sword. It's already 2 on the books. Which then dumps you out to Dark Death Mountain. So the Goomba's gonna check that there's a ferry at the top of Super Bunny Cave. I imagine we'll also get a check of what the TR entrance medallion is, and it's Bombos. And probably drop down from here and see what the 2 doors down there are.
Pretty standard when it comes to Cross Keys when you find early Death Mountain, so.
Yeah, even though you can't really do anything with them, it's at least good to know what is there, so that when you have the necessary items, you can come back. And both runners now going to check Sanctuary, which has half magic, which is always beneficial. But where is Sanctuary going to dump out today? It's going to dump out at the useless ferry east of Sanctuary.
It's not a bad place to be dumped out, at least.
And Scruff dropped down there without bombs, but lucky him, the rats have the bombs.
You know, when in doubt, just kill some rats. They usually have bombs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except when they don't, but we don't count those times.
Alright, well, we got a small key to pod. That was the only thing we really saw there. And we got a small key on the Lost Woods Shack, which I didn't see where that is at Sanctuary, so we'll need a glove for that key. Scruff continues to farm bombs and then nopes. Meanwhile, Sabo getting green rupees from a tree pole.
You know, I think I know it's a really good play from Scruff to farm those bombs where you know they're going to drop from rats, which are super easy and so abundant back there because he knows where the well is and Sabo doesn't. So he could get some really nice items or, well, nothing at all.
Speaking of which, he's heading right there. And we got Vanilla Lumberjack, which just has $5, so not going to worry about that at all. But what does our well have? It has an empty bottle. Has a 300. You also got more bombs, a big key to desert, and a heart container.
I'd be pretty happy to find the big key to desert this early, especially if you find the back of desert, you can just go straight back there and complete a dungeon one way or the other.
Yep, absolutely.
And Sabo just found is a nice little literature there in Lost Woods.
And the shack having... So, well, okay, maybe that was Bat that I... Oh, no, that is Useless Fairy. So we still have Bat, we still have Ganon, and we still have Uncle that we're trying to find.
Any bets on where Ganon's going to be this game?
You know, it'd be really sinister as if it was vanilla.
Well, since it's not on Lumberjack, I can't do my hope that they have to find both of those keys. But I'm gonna go with Magic Bat.
So you're gonna be nice to them. I mean, that works.
Depends
So
on your
far, not-
definition of nice.
I mean, let's be honest. They're playing cross keys. Like, this is nice is very relative in this sense. And Bat is at the well, and so we're basically down to Uncle and Ganon. One of them will be at the well, and the other one we'll know is at the pyramid. And there's another end of Spectacle Rock, which has a small key. But we're going to need to find the third entrance to get it, or a hook shot.
I'm really surprised I find Blind's Hut here in CAC. It's so rare in Cross Keys.
You're so used to having like these, 5-item locations with like the well and Blind's Hut, and it's weird to have them so early in a race.
Very true. And there's another sword.
There is another sword. And Scruff is going to give us a pedestal check.
I don't blame him in the slightest, since, I mean, we all have seen the trolley seeds that have something on ped in a cross keys. So let's see what happens.
Just couch cash.
And at 7 minutes and 52 seconds, the ped is dead. Sorry, everyone.
Well, there's back a desert for that big key. Well,
I didn't mean to curse them to find him that early. But Scruff can clear it, so I bet you he's going to do that.
They will need to find a fire source first, but alright, there's a big key to swamp.
Forgot about the fire source.
No worries.
Who needs a fire source?
Again, cross keys. Everybody forgets stuff. This is normal. So Scruff decides to nope.
Oh, Scruff got EG'd. I was trying to figure out where he was, and somehow he had jumped under the layer.
Wow.
You know, he blames me all the time. I'm really good friends with him outside of this, and he always blames me for breaking the game. I'm just going to have to tease him about this later.
I mean, I have no idea how he how you or anybody would be able to do that, but
well, I think how he did this was he actually save and quit while he was jumping, and you can actually, if you do something, I believe you have to do that and then jump off another spot, and you can basically get into the exploration glitch.
Meanwhile, Bo and Flipper's in the bomb shack of Kakariko.
That's a really valuable shed right there.
And Sabo remembering at the wrong time that he saw the other end of Spectacle Rock. Alright, so last drop cave.
There's Ganon.
So that means Uncle is on Pyramid.
That's not nice, because there's no way to get in there other than by clearing GT. So that's mean.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's Misery Meyer.
Meyer in the at the library. Alright, there's the bomb shack, so now Sabo has a way to farm bombs. Especially with the rats that drop bombs.
It's always a nice find this early on. When I'm playing cross keys, if I find that, I mark it on my map just so that I can make sure I know where it's at.
And there's an important dungeon or connector in Paradox Cave. 7 items and 2 doors.
And Scruff doing something that we often see for them cross keys, really early on, if you find desert, you go in, you rob the key from the back, and then you'll have that for when you find the front side.
And we got big key to Thieves Town, so small and big. Once we find Thieves Town and a hammer, we're good.
Always happy to find that key right there.
Oh, and the mirror, cash, heart piece, small key to pod, and more cash.
So before the race, we were jokingly talking about a Jet cross key seed. I don't want to jinx him this early, but that's a lot of items.
Oh, don't worry, the troll's coming. It always comes.
Hopefully not in the form of one of our runners forgetting where something is.
No. I just mean the seed just being its usual trolly self.
Oh, of course. Or, they control themselves.
So Sabo using those flippers he got in Kakariko, which puts all of this in logic.
Ooh, that's very nice. We get a fairy from the fat fairy there, so that's gonna be probably a place he's gonna either want to remember where it's at, just in case he ever needs a fairy later on, or just I don't know. I like fairies in bottles myself, so
Absolutely. Or as Drosty was pointing out, the fairy puts herself in a bottle.
the pyramid fairy. There you go. Oh, hello, Ice Palace on the opposite side of the world.
Just a fourth dimensional shift today.
You could just call it a link between worlds.
Let's not talk about that game. I was not a fan of it.
Yeah, it was fun though.
And well, there's that other entrance to Spectacle Rock and the Waterfall of Wishing, so now we can get that key. Scruff, meanwhile, found his way to the top of Hyrule Castle, and that's the Harris small key. And there's Eastern, so big key aside, we're good for that. Saba, meanwhile, is going to sab0tender, meanwhile, is going to see there's a big 20 there and not enough cash, so that's gonna be it for him. Alright. Now Sabo's gonna blind drop now that since he knows where Ganon is. And now gonna do
Pretty nice find with Eastern there and Scruffs.
yeah, that was up in the Scruff found his way up to the roof of Hyrule Castle, and that's where Eastern's located. I think chat was... I missed it earlier, but I think that Scruff also found Paradox Cave, and I think that was the top of Paradox that Scruff walked through. Because he doesn't have the mirror, he just took the connector. Sabo, meanwhile, gonna get his Master Sword. So Sabo, this time on his run, since he did Paradox and has the mirror first, will most likely be mirroring it. There's Ice Rod in the vanilla big key chest. So using that mirror to check the light side, and whoa! There's GT.
Hello, GT. How are you doing today?
And this GT brought to you by Red Things. Red Things. Sometimes they give you health, sometimes they give you money, sometimes they help you with progression. Red Things.
See, when Scruff gets down there, I wonder if he's going to actually do some bomb jumps, because that would be interesting and kind of fun.
Yeah, the only problem with that is you need the hammer to get through
That's
that.
true.
Yeah. Again, things we always forget at Cross Keys, because usually by then we already have the hammer, so who cares?
Right? It's like, okay, so, I mean, you're in GT, you've got to have the hammer, right?
Mm-hmm. So I guess Sabo's gonna do it. Oh wait, he's got the bow. He can just do it naturally. See, even I forget stuff.
Well, how often do we find a bow this early? Unless it's like standard mode or something.
Mm-hmm. Scruff going over Lake Hylia that Sabo has already seen. Although, Scruff's close to Zora money. Right, powder. And a Phantom Ryu cries in the wilderness because there's Kane. So if Sabo wanted to go back in and check Tile Room, he can, but, well, he was stuck in a dead rock. Stuck between a dead rock and a hard place, and, well, rip. And Sabo now, with that cane, gonna head into Turtle Rock. What's the next 2 weeks? 2 week seeds. So next week we have a spoiler log with Key Sanity, where you will be able to have a pilot who is going through the spoiler log while someone is running. And then the 7th and final week will be co-op info share with all dungeons. And Scruff gonna see if he can farm the cash. There's a big 20 on the Zora ledge, so he's actually just 10 short. But he sees it and just decides to nope. And Scruff gonna head to Turtle Rock level, although he hasn't seen that yet. So he just sees it and walked out. And now heads in while Sabo heads out. Are teams 2 or 3 people? They are 3. One player sits out every week, and every runner needs to run at least 4 times, or there will be a penalty if someone does not run any of the minimum 4 times. Okay, Scruff getting his piece of heart. And then gonna head up to Chain Chomps like Sabo did. Sabo going back up the mountain. Now gonna work his way past the Lionels. This isn't logic. Alright, Scruff gets the item, and then Death Warps. Sabo, meanwhile, is gonna check here. What's on Ether Tablet? For Tempered, so there's all of our swords. We know at Hyrule Castle butter is on the library ledge. Alright, that we assume is the Old Man Cave. And yeah, that's the Old Man Cave. Or Sahasrara, not Hyrule Castle, my bad. Alright. Old man giving away his life savings. And there's the right side of Turtle Rock, so there's 2 of the entrances. Alright, we got a connector that's Sahasrara's house in Kakariko. And there's another connector, the Brothers of the Race House. Gonna open it, but not go through, and just continue to see what's on the mountain. And there's Thieves Town. A full clearable, but you'll orphan the big chest because you don't have the hammer. Thieves Town, nonetheless. Scruff, meanwhile, is gonna keep looking and is gonna head south, which, you know, honestly, at this point in Cross Keys, you're just trying to find whatever item, you know, whatever locations you can. And so there's really, you know, at this point, there's really no wrong play. You're just trying to figure out how the world is actually put together. Scruff's actually gonna go check a potion shop. Potion shop is right side of desert. Using the desert small key for a shield. And bombs. Big 20. And the map chest. And Brian, we found your cane. Please come to Desert Palace to pick it up. Oh yeah, we haven't found the small key to Desert. Scruff, I guess, took that from the back. Which is interesting because we didn't really find anything, but honestly, I don't know if he could save scum it. Left side of Desert dumps out in Curiosity Shop. And there's the hard reset. Sabo, meanwhile, has a compass. And there's Hype Cave. Johnny Two Bombs given a piece of heart, plus another piece of heart, plus a map, plus... Oh, I missed it. Another piece of heart and $5. And a very quick blind fight for Sabo that gets bombs and crystal number 1. Now again, leaving the big chest and its item. Meanwhile, Scruff finding the back of Skullwoods.
So sorry about that. Dinner was just getting done, and I was trying to make sure that, we got fed.
In these trying times, that is very important for you and your family. Big key to Eastern, which Scruff found earlier, which means he can now full clear that. So, to kind of fill you in, we found another sword on the last sword on Ether Tablet. Sabo found Thieves Town on the mountain, which he just full cleared, minus the big chest. And other than going through finding some other dungeons, there really hasn't been much.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like a standard cross keys.
Yeah, pretty much exactly. Oh, hey, there's the Arrow shop. Or the Arrow game.
I'll admit, ever since I started playing some of these multis and everything and cross keys and such with Scruff, every time I find the archery game, I think both of us just tend to do it regardless.
Hey, it's a good way to farm cash. Sabo? You already saw the other side of that. Yeah, now he realizes. Scruff gonna use the book to check the front of Desert, and it's another shop.
Gotta have a lot of shops here.
Yep.
I'm surprised we didn't find a lot of shops in CAC, though. That's whenever I play Cross Keys, I always find about like 90% of my shops are in CAC Rico. And then the rest of them were dungeons.
And there's getting dumped out from the Bonk Rocks, so now it looks like Sabo will head south and go over the areas that Scruff just went through. Oh, one other thing we did see, Sabo stole a key from the back of Desert, which was one of the dungeons we found. Then found the front of Desert, used that small key to check the right side, which just had a shield and bombs. So he then hard reset to save the key for the back.
Sounds like what I would do in that situation. I would, if it was close enough at least to my last save.
Oh, did I say Sabo? I meant Scruff, sorry.
And that sounds exactly what Scruff would do. So I'm not surprised in the slightest. Let's see what kind of hype cave this is going to be.
Just a bunch of hearts. Scruff already found it.
Oh, well, you know. 5 minutes. They find everything, right?
Yeah, exactly! So Scruff is going to obviously check the big chest and then take care of the Armos Knights. Sabo now finding the back of Skullwoods. Map of Mire. Although Scruff choosing to use sword beams to take care of the Igor.
You know, I've done that myself too. I mean, really what it is whenever you're in this particular dark room, you have like the easiest dark room in the game, which is the other side of Eastern. And then you have that one, which is just annoying. And so you have sword beams. Why not use them to your fullest potential? Or he missed a shot or something like that and was like, nope, done.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if you got sword beams, use them. You use them before you lose them, I guess. And Scruff gonna set up the quick kill on the Armos Knights. 5 shots to one side of the ring. Ooh, 1 got out, so gotta be careful. Nope. But gets it done. So gets a compass and another crystal.
Awesome. Like I'm kind of entertained because most of the cross keys I've watched this week have had your first crystal is hour and 30 minutes in on one of them. And seeing the first crystals, before the 45-minute mark for both players is just really nice.
We got a little bit of a high five, sort of, as both runners are now going through Super Bunny again.
If I have a pet ferret, I don't know about this. And if there's something squeaking on my side, I apologize.
It might be my chair, I don't know. Alright, so both essentially using this to get up the mountain.
Scruff had already finished up the rest of Eastern, so he was just going in to kill off our friend.
So, I know people were complaining in chat because Sabo had missed this door like twice. It was Mini Trolldorm Cave for a big 20, a map, ice, compass, more cash, and sticks.
Well, the map this early on is valuable, at least.
Yeah, useful information. Now, Scruff, meanwhile, has not been over to the west side of the mountain, so I expect him to do that, whereas Sabo is now jumping down and checking doors he hasn't been able to yet. Now, imagine Scruff will probably do Thieves Town once he finds it. And there's the small key to Swamp, one of the most important small keys you need to find in this game.
The Swamp small key is it plagues many a runner, or you find it really early. So I'm almost going to guarantee that means that Swamp's a pendant.
There's Hookshot Cave. Fairweather Marvin asking, you don't commentate standing up like it's football? This is going to be a 3-hour race. No, I'm not standing up for 3 hours just because.
I mean, there's reasons I decided to cook dinner while I was commentating. It's the 3-hour race.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What's nice about Hookshot Cave is it allows us to get back up quick to see Spiral Cave having the Moon Pearl.
And some people always say, why check Spiral Cave? Well, and regardless of what mode I'm in, I find the Moon Pearl there so many times. It's not even.
Moon Pearl is huge in Cross Keys. You don't like Cross Keys. That just makes it. You end up getting so much trouble with trying to find it.
I've seen Moon Pearl be go mode in Cross Keys before, so yeah, it's huge.
I'm not gonna lie. There was one seed for fun I did with Recedador, Walther the Fourth, and Wall Kicks, where all three of them. Well, okay, so I was still learning Cross Keys, and so GT was in like a terrible place through like 3 connectors and whatnot. And the Moon Pearl was in the GT big chest, so I bunny revived to do 6 of the 7 dungeons, and was like so far behind all of them, except all 3 of them burned the small key in Swamp on the front of Swamp, and all of them then had to go find the small key to Desert Desert, not Swamp. Why am I getting those mixed up? They burned they stole the key from the back of Desert, burned it on the front, forgot to save scum it, and so somehow I had Go Mo Moon Pearl because I was doing all these dungeons in a bunny revival.
Sounds like another Cross Keys I had, where it was a multi-world Cross Keys, granted, but it was we were all looking for one person's Moon Pearl, and that was not only their go mode, but it would have been everybody, like all the dungeons that they couldn't get to in the Dark World, and there's things, of course, like Hera and such that we kept not finding items for them, and they couldn't get past it. So the go mode for the entire multi-world was that one person's moon pearl.
Ouch. Also, ouch. Old man lets out at the Mimic Cave. Although, Scruff is going to go ahead and check what the backside of Old Man's Cave leads to. So, Old Man's kind of a fourth dimensional. Although it would be really good for Scruff right now as he mirrors, because he's gonna get Moon Pearl right now.
This is still anybody's game right now.
Alright, Sabo, meanwhile, heading back over to Kakariko. Or... he's gonna go check this connector, which I don't know if we saw it earlier. Alright, that's safety door TR. Song leaves. Did Scruffs get Mimic Click Cave? Now, see, here's the funny thing. Old Man's got some fourth dimensional, shenanigans going on, because the front of Old Man Cave leads out to Mimic Cave Light World, and, the back door is Mimic Cave Dark World.
Which, I think it's fun whenever you have that, because I believe it was, with the Jetters and P-Train, it was the same thing. It was, there was an entrance that actually, or a connector that connected the Light and Dark World Ice Palace. So, those are always so fun.
Sabo is going to continue on in Pod. Although, other than these two checks down here, and then potentially hammer yumping, he's got not much left. Well, useless map of GT and cash. Doesn't even bother with the hammer yump, just nopes out. Scruff also going to go further into pods, so we'll probably get the same things that Sabo found.
Ice Rod was in Eastern Palace. It was in the back of it. And where was Red Cane?
I know I saw it because I called it. I forget, to be honest. Chad also pointing out, oh yeah, it was on the bow side of pod. That's where it was.
See, I was watching Scruff in one of his practices, and I was like, okay, you're doing key sanity. If you use the front door when you don't have a hammer, I will mercilessly mock you. Well, he doesn't have the hammer still, so I guess I can't mercilessly mock him.
Oh wait, he's going for the mini Helmsar. Scruff also choosing to nope as opposed to doing hammer yump.
Well, there's someone who I know Scruff pretty well, and he's had a few issues with the hammer yump recently. I don't think he wanted to risk getting erased by the time loss that it would probably take him.
That makes sense.
But I don't think that Sabo has any excuse, right?
Well, he didn't have the big key until now, so that one could probably be I'm not going to hammer yump twice.
Yeah, I could see that.
Now Scruff is going to make his play into Thieves Town.
I want to see the first set of gloves, not only on Bumper Ledge, but in the cave, the light side Bumper Ledge in that cave. That's what I want to see. Unless we've already seen it, but
No, actually, we haven't. I don't think neither runner has gone up there yet.
I've recently seen that twice, and so I'm like, oh, is this going to be a thing?
Alright. Ring around the Armos Knights for Sabo. Were flipper checks done? Yes. Neither runner had enough cash for Zora, so that is the one thing we have not seen.
And before hookshot on Zora, what?
And Sabo has not been to Potion Shop yet, I don't think. No, because that's where right-sided desert is. And Sabo has not been in there until right now.
So one thing I do like about desert is that, and with the exception of the back, it's just a big connector.
Just like Hyrule Castle.
Big connector with goodies.
Okay, Scruff making his way through Thieves Town, Sabo. Seeing what we've already seen in Desert. So, while we're kind of doubling back on stuff, everyone, please be sure to give sab0tender and MrScruffNinjaTuna follows on Twitch for the entertaining race they're going to be putting on for us tonight. They will certainly appreciate and deserve those follows. And Sabo getting to Curiosity Shop is going to actually go ahead and keep going.
Maybe we'll see that bumper ledge check after all.
Very well could. Excuse me. Just bombs.
Well, that still doesn't discount the possibility that gloves could be in the light world side.
Alright, time for Scruff's blind fight. Staying on script so far. Dark World check, Myers green pendant. And we got crystals at Skullwoods and Ice Palace. And there's Agate Tower key in the vanilla big key chest of Skullwoods.
Did Sabo do Turtle Rock while I was doing the dinner thing?
Yes, he did. Although Scruff has already been here too. All they both really did was lava chest and chain chomps, so I would imagine Scruff is gonna burn the key here.
Ooh,
See,
boot.
fantastic footwear in Skullwoods. But anyway, burn the key here, check the connector, check the compass chest, and then we'll see if he hard resets again.
And Sabo with boots and fire rod in Skullwoods.
Wow. French vanilla fire rod. Alright, so we got a shield on the compass chest. The connector dumps us out. At that bumper ledge we keep talking about.
Oh.
So, are you
Let's see if I'm right.
Let's see. Are there gloves on the bumper ledge? Survey says maybe.
Maybe.
Whoa!
Oh, I was right. Oh my god. I'm going to go hide before the chat murders me.
Oh.
Wait, don't you have to try me by if I weigh the same as a duck? Isn't that what it is? I promise the only thing I've done to either one of these runners is turn them into a bunny or an 8-bit Goomba.
Chicken Shack having a piece of chivalry.
I'd say finding that glove is really good for Scruff, and Sabo's teammates pointing out really bad for Sabo.
It will depend on when Sabo heads back. There's Bomb Shop. And Scruff gonna go ahead and ask Bomb Shop what the 5-6 is Hera and Turtle Rock.
See, that's also kind of in the regular game, like regular rando without it being cross keys, that would be kind of nice because it'd just be like a mirror away basically. But in cross keys, that's nasty.
That is nasty. Do you even need Titans and cross keys? What if Sabo finds the other set? Yes, you actually do need Titans. Still need it for Smith Chain. And, I mean, generally just helps with, if, once you get Titans mitts, that's easier to get to Dark World locations.
Well, there is the possibility that there's a dungeon in Turtle Rock. So that would be the main thing. Or if they haven't found a connector to Meyer, which that would have had to been while I was gone for 5 minutes.
Which they have not found. And quick kill for Sabo on Lammo. Gets the small key to the other Aga Tower key and a crystal.
Well, if Aga was needed, that would be amazing. But he can get both of the chests in there with one key, but now the game's just taunting him.
Granted, we haven't found the Aga Tower yet.
I was halfway expecting the Aga Tower to be there, and the boots were going to be, or not boots, but the gloves are going to be in Aga Tower. But, oh well.
So with that information, we know that Pod and Swamp are pendants. Because Sabo's already got 3 crystals. And so at this point, we know Hera, Skullwoods, Ice Palace, and Turtle Rock are our remaining dungeons. Scruff about to fall in. Skullwoods will get his Fire Rod and boots thusly.
See, I'm loving some of the things with Skullwoods recently that it's, I don't know. I've heard it, the actual percentage is 25%, but I don't believe it. Like, of getting good items, rather, in Skullwoods.
And Sabo gonna take his first dip into Mire. I don't think we've actually seen anything in here, because neither runner had boots the time they found it. This is pendant Mire, though. Sabo is the one that did the map check, so he knows it's a green pendant.
So, I'm actually torn on Sabo and Scruff, even though Scruff's my teammate. Sabo is using my favorite character out of Secret of Mana, so, I mean, which one should I root for at this point?
I mean, I don't know. See, this is a thing. See, like, I've commentated some of my teammates' races, and I personally, like, I try to be impartial, even though like I have a natural rooting interest for talking heads. So some people say go ahead and openly root for your team. I say, you know, whatever you want. I try to remain impartial when I commentate.
Oh, I try. It doesn't happen. I can tell you. I've commentated mostly Scruff and Jetters. I think I've done both of their, like, a few of their races, and I am almost always going, okay, come on. You know, whoever's on high roll track and field, that's what we want to be. That's who we want to win. But, you know, I've, you know, Sabo has always been like really super cool though. So it's like, I'm okay with either way. But then again, Scruff is my best friend and kind of like a brother to me in real life. So yeah.
I mean, to be honest, the community's got a bunch of good people, and there's no like, you know, hard feelings. Like, we're doing this for fun and just you know, hang out and be a part of the community. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Small key to ice in the vanilla big key chest.
The only good thing about small key to ice is, say somebody doesn't know icebreaker or something like that, and they want to have a really easy route with the bomb jump, then small key to ice is basically, well, there you go.
And there's Aga Tower in King's Tomb.
And Scruff can get both items out of this, and will not be the first time I would have seen another glove in Aga Tower, and I'm going to hide if there is one here.
How about silver arrows?
Okay, it's not close enough, so I won't be burned.
Alright, more cash in Meyer, and that's going to be it for Sabo. Scruff walking his way through. It's a big key to Turtle Rock. You're not dead.
That is a huge find, though. To answer GFE in chat, this is assuming that Scruff is sane. He is not.
And there's a small key to Turtle Rock that was on the Lost Woods Shack that today it's... Oh, hey, Hammer!
Oh, hello. Well, I am not the tracker today, so I'm pretty sure the software is just taking its time to update, though.
The tracker is notoriously bad. I mean, okay, let me clarify that. Yoinker's wife, our tracker, does a really good job keeping track of items. The software for tracking, on the other hand, that's a little bit more to be desired.
As a tracker myself, I can tell you how many times I have even raged in the chat itself at the tracking program, so I get you. And Yoinker's wife is fantastic. And also, I have to say this on behalf of MrScruffNinjaTuna. We had found the fart cave, and he actually talked to him, and it was the legitimate fart cave. He farted so bad that all the jazz hands flew.
Do I dare ask what the fart cave is?
The fart cave is a Genus cave, but if you actually talk to him, he has 3 different things he says. One of them is about a fish dinner, one of them is about bombing holes in his cave, and the other one is about farting.
Okay.
And Scruff talked to him. He talks to him every time because once he found out about the fart comment in there, he talks to it every time to find out, is this the fart cave or not?
Interesting. Song leaves. My internet died right after I asked the question. Now I don't know if I need to thank someone for answering it. Question was, where was Glove? Glove was, you basically have to go through TR to the front. That dumps you out into the bumper cave exit. Mirror, that leads you to Sick Kid, Viola, Glove.
And Sabo found Laser Bridge, which as soon as Scruff finds this, he can go full clear that he can actually go to Trinex and clear him out. So we know it's probably a crystal. Yeah, it's a crystal.
Yeah, we knew from the map check.
Yeah, I was looking at the tracker on Sabo's, and it looks like the tracker is lagging behind on there too, which makes me sad. So one thing that you see from Sabo is he's going to go up from Laser Bridge. Anybody can do this part of Turtle Rock in the dark because all you do is you hold straight up. That's it.
Pretty easy. And a hoard of cash. And mirror out. Alright. Scruff checking Catfish for more bombs.
Ooh, we're gonna get a Zora check, everyone.
Arrows from Bombo's tablet.
I will say I am thoroughly enjoying this entire race so far because it's so anyone's game at this point.
Yep. Alright, the king that lives in the water hands out items of fodder, but skip at your peril, the domain of fish feral will be your undoing trotter.
I'm gonna need to have that, written down in triplicate in my office.
I mean, I've got it saved in a note. Do you want it?
I've actually never heard that one, and I've watched a few races that you commentated.
That's the new one I've been holding on for a while. Hey, a bottle and a piece of heart in Meyer's shed. And that was Dark World Lake Hylia.
Ooh, which power do you want, GFE? I can try to see if I can zap some Galaxy Brain play randomly to Sabo here in a sec.
Remind me where's the connector to Bumper Ledge? It is the front of Turtle Rock. As in, you go into Turtle Rock proper, and then the door for the front of Turtle Rock leads out to Bumper Ledge.
Part of me is like to root for my team. Part of me is hoping for the mitts to be gloves locked, but to root for Sabo, I hope that mitts are just somewhere lying around.
Oh, I think they were talking about the fact that you knew that you guessed that the glove was going to be on Bumper Ledge, and so I think that's what they're referring to about.
Right. I do have a little thing on that. I played a cross key seed right before I did comms tonight because I wanted to just get in that mindset, and my gloves were on bumper ledge. That's the only reason I said that.
Finally getting over to the pod area. And $5 in Zelda sell. And Scruff is gonna go check connectors before Dark Cross. If he checks Dark Cross.
And of course, my gloves, my mitts were locked behind gloves, so yeah. That's why I'm kind of like, don't kill me yet.
Left side Hyrule Castle is the useless door from the right side of Desert.
Not so. Sorry about that.
No, I was gonna say you always hate finding that door.
Not necessarily. If you find a good connector at Agina and you find another connector here, then it could actually make you with a really good connecting area.
And Sabo has his butter.
Rip fantasy. Scruff's about to be very happy finding his hammer.
And there's the damn switch. With the small key to Hyrule Castle.
So, how many times do you do the dig game and it is that many digs to actually get something valuable?
Not often, to be honest.
So, I'm thinking Scruff's going to be really close to finding the laser bridge, and he's probably about to go kill himself a Trinex if he continues the way he's at.
That is a possibility. He is going to check South Grove Cave, which I don't think we've seen yet. Nope, because that's C-shape house. Or maybe Sabo has seen it because it was bombs and I thus forgot it as soon as he did it.
It's so funny to me whenever you see all of these really late checks that you think, oh well, that should be really early, right? But it's this cross key, so no, it's.
Sabo going ahead. This is going to make his play at Hyrule Castle. Wait, how is there item switching without menuing? Quick swap is allowed in cross key.
It's personally my favorite thing about cross keys because I didn't realize that it wasn't legal in races whenever I first started playing, and so I learned with quick swap, and then found out very quickly in racing that oh, I can't use that.
Didn't even know quick swap existed in the ROM hack. Yes, if you, you can, when you go to download the seed, there is a option to set it or set quick swap on or off. But for cross key race, non-entrance randomizer races, quick swap is illegal.
And Scruff did find Laser Bridge, so we are very likely to see us a Trinix kill here in just a moment.
Sabo, meanwhile, is going to go check Dark Cross.
I don't think we saw Scruff do this, so if it's something big, then it's going to be a while before Scruff gets... So I guess we're hoping for the gloves.
If you're rooting for Sabo.
The question in chat, do we know what's at Unc Gannon's hole? It is Uncle.
By process of elimination. And 20 bucks in Dark Cross, and it's time for a Trinix fight. 5 swipes of Tempered to take out the red and blue heads, dodging the big head. And then the shell goes boom, and then you turn a turtle into a snake and hit phase 2.
As for why quick swap is not allowed in normal races, that is above my pay grade, so I do not know.
And red meringue on Trinix and crystal number 3 for Scruff.
So Scruff knows where desert is, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him go up there just because he does know where it's at. So we'll see what happens next, and this is a close race.
Pair of big 20s.
Just gonna say I love these sprites again. I've always loved the Goomba because it's all hilarious when they get items and stuff. They have to stand on top of each other, but Papoy is my boy. Or girl or it, whatever you want to call it. So it's such a great character in Secret of Mana.
Personally, as a Kingdom Hearts fan, I'm a fan of the Sora sprite, the first one that they had out.
I am what I use is Marvin the cat, because it looks a lot like one of my my cats who passed away recently, and so I just kind of I use it to kind of like remember him, and also just because it looks cool and it's so adorable.
My apologies. Scruff getting desert, so now he's at 4 crystals.
I also commonly use Ori from Ori and the Blind Forest, so.
My Bombos, Bombs, Heart Container, and Piece of Heart.
What I would love is to find the GT Big Key in GT and Key Sanity, and then have the mitts in the Ganon's Tower Big Chest. And I'm going to hide if that happens forever.
You know, the problem with this is you keep putting yourself out there, you know?
I mean, isn't that what I'm supposed to do?
I mean, if you're trying to avoid death from the Horde, I mean,
But
you're not doing a good job of it.
But I'm part of the Horde. I played a troll for a really long time and a goblin after that.
Scruff, meanwhile, heading to Skullwoods, or, well, thought about Skullwoods and then left for some reason.
I think he's going to check Bombo's tablet first and then do Skullwoods, because he's not sane, and therefore he just needs to, he needs to do the insane things.
Alright, GT right side, not having much.
Oh, I was really hoping for the bomb jumps there. Actually, there is a lot of GT that is bonk. It's a combination of bonks and bombs, and you can get through the entirety of left side.
It'll be interesting to see what Sabo decides to do at this point. Pod is a pendant.
Wait, does Scruff have a Skullwoods small key, or did he use it in Skullwoods?
That would explain some things.
It's a method to his clear madness. I'm just gonna laugh if Skullwood small key is his go mode. Because when does that happen?
Right, not much in Dark Maze. Alright. And Sabo is choosing to go for Helmassar with his last key.
Ooh, we found Sahasrali. I'm pretty sure Sabo found that while I was gone, but it was Dark Shopping Mall.
Yep.
I'm thoroughly enjoying the there's some comments in chat about enjoying GFE's commentary from chat. I too am enjoying the commentary in chat, because if I was not in the booth right now, I would be doing the same thing, going, Scruff, why are you doing this? Or if I was tracking, I'd probably be doing the same thing as Scruff did to Jetters yesterday, which was a lot of raging whenever he kept running past Swamp Palace.
So Scruff instead is going to head to Ice Palace. Which...
This is a good play, in my opinion.
The only thing there is that we do not have the big key. So we'll be leaving one item behind. Sabo, meanwhile, having a little bit of trouble with those turtles in the back, in the dark of pod, but gets through.
I think we're going to see an icebreaker.
Yep. And homicide time for Sabo. And 2 butter slashes, and down goes Homosar. Apparently, Scruff forgot to check the first chest in Ice Palace.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I'm internally screaming at him.
But gets Icebreaker done for an empty bottle.
I am actually pretty proud of him at this point. I've got to gush on my teammate here. He has been working on this for days because he couldn't get the pixel was not working, and the everything he was trying to do just wasn't working, and he got it this afternoon, and he was just gushing.
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. I've done it once, and that's been about it.
That's one more time than I've done it. My controller doesn't allow me to do the what is it? You have to hold the down and left or something.
Down and right.
Yeah, down and right. Sorry. I've tried, and I've got to figure out the sword buffer method.
Alright, Sabo heads back up the mountain. Or maybe didn't mean to, because he saves and quits. Big 20 in the freezer room.
I think that once Scruff sees that he has forgotten a chest, he's going to go back in and get it. I don't know if he just didn't remember that he hadn't grabbed that yet, or what he's doing.
Well, he's doing something interesting, because he's also forgot about Ice Tea Room. He's just going straight for Cold Stare. So gets Cold Stare out of his cage, puts him in a corner, goes slashy slashy a few times. Cold Stare gets out. Doesn't matter, Cold Stare's dead. Chat saying a Scruff and Go mode.
Not yet. Well?
He just needs a Skullwood small key and find Hera, and yeah, he's in Go mode.
Yeah, if he can find that Skullwood's small key, he's in Go mode. So, that makes this play of not checking those chests even more confusing.
And with Butter, Mothula is quick. And that's Crystal for Sabo.
Yeah, I think Scruff's realized that unless he needs a medallion, he's in Go mode.
Hey, you know that glove we've been talking about at the front of TR? That's Sabo's Go mode. And find Hera.
Now, Scruff needs one small key right now. Because I think that Sabo found a small key in somewhere that Scruff didn't go, so maybe the back of pod?
Maybe. I honestly don't remember.
His Sabo has 2 small keys for Skullwoods. Scruff has 0.
Sabo has been to Meyer, so maybe they were there. I don't remember, to be honest. Okay, Yoinker's wife's saying Scruff didn't do the bumper room in Skull, which in Cross Keys, the small key has to be there for soft lock purposes, so that might be why Sabo has a key and Scruff doesn't.
Good point. So if we can get Scruff to just go to that bumper room, then he's in go.
Now the key question is, we still have not seen Hera. So that is the one thing where there's the items they have to find, but they also have to find the entrance to Hera. Alright, Scruff finally going through the bumper connector that we saw earlier, and that's gonna dump us out at GT.
Holy. That's an angry Scruff right there. He was holding it in. Ooh, there's a key. Let's see what it is.
That's a swamp small key. Sabo found that earlier.
Oh, right.
Alright, big 20 at... Sorry, big 20 at Sunken Treasure. Scruff now gonna do his attempt at right side GT that Sabo has done. And Sabo, meanwhile, is gonna make his Ice Palace point. Now, without the glove, he's not gonna be able to finish.
But, if Scruff left a glove here, we'll find out.
Oh, Scruff left a glove here. Oh, you know what? Sabo needs the TR big key. And if I'm being honest, I don't remember where it is.
Agate Tower, which is...
oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's a GT small key. Which was a King's Tomb, which Sabo could go to, because he's got the mirror. And Sabo gonna Icebreaker, but not worry about the switch, because again, since he doesn't have the glove, he can't finish Cold Stare anyway.
I will say that since I can never get Icebreaker, I'm still the Ice Palace Bomb Jump crew, and I don't know. I think for some reason it feels like it makes things easier. If you can get Icebreaker, that makes things easier. But if you can't, well, just lose the 30 seconds.
Sabo's still trying Icebreaker. And there's the small key to Skullwoods.
Alright, well, we gotta figure out where Hera is, and then... Woo! This is a race, y'all!
that would do it for Scruff.
Oh, it looks like he's gonna do it.
He's gonna go ahead and do left side. Now, technically, this is out of logic.
Not all of it. There is one chest in logic over here.
Yeah, there is. So the double fire bar room is in logic because you can bonk to it. But from there, both the Staphos room and everything after double fire bar, you would have to use bomb jumps to get to.
So when I first learned about that particular bomb jump that Scruff just did, I'm not even going to lie when I said that I think it's the most satisfying bomb jump because it's so easy to do, but nobody thinks about doing it.
Not gonna lie, I didn't even realize it was a possibility until Scruff just did it.
I found out about it completely by accident, and I've just been like, oh, I don't have to worry about hookshot until later on now. Because I'm of the no hover crew.
Oh, well, the no hover crew is a very large contingent. There's another Meyer small key. Ten arrows, and Scruff decides to mirror before Randomizer.
He doesn't have enough small keys.
Oh.
All right, so let's see what he does now.
Goes back to pod, big 20 and iced tea room, out goes Sab.
Yes, he did Firebar, and I believe that Firebar was a small key to Misery Mire, and he also found a small key to Skullwoods.
Yeah. The important thing is he found the small key to Skullwoods that he needs. And so once he finds Hera, that will put ScruffNinjaTuna into go mode. Oh, could this be Sabo's play for the glove? Okay, he's getting warmer. Now, one other interesting thing is Firelock side is now available. Scruff did not have the fire rod when he got the glove earlier.
I'm wondering what Sabo is going to do at this point.
This is a dumb question. I don't even know if you're going to know the answer to it.
Try me.
Did Scruff check the Bumper Cave entrance and Death Mountain entrance that both you need to lift rocks?
He checked. I think he checked Hookshot Cave. I don't know if he checked the other one.
Just saying.
Oh, never mind. He did not check Hookshot Cave.
Toot.
There he goes, right there.
No. I'm talking about the entrance to, like, where Sabo's about to get his glove.
Oh, yes, he did.
He did check both of those? Okay. Just because if Hera happened to be in one of those two. And there's Mushroom. And Sabo now has his glove. So frankly, at this point,
it's back to anyone's game.
it is back to anyone's game. They both have to go back to the one dungeon they haven't completed, and both have to find Hera. Oh, also, Sabo needs the TR Big Key, which is at Aga Tower.
Do we know where the potion shop is?
I don't believe we've seen it. I don't remember seeing it.
I don't know, Scruff looks like he's a man on the mission, so... One thing that I have seen in the past is that it could be in the pyramid crack, or it could be in either Turtle Rock or in Misery Mire. So there are still some Mitzlock places that are not very nice.
All right, Sabo sees that Turtle Rock is the crystal, as well as Hera. And should be getting into Aga Tower and hopefully get his TR Big Key here. I mean, dude's got 17 hearts and butter sword. If he doesn't get this TR Big Key, I would be stunned.
It's also got a fire rod, which makes the second room very easy.
And Scruff is onto his Mothula fight. Which begs the question, where's the lamp? Alright, so at this point, Sabo has gotten the items he needs. Scruff has the items he needs, hypothetically speaking, because we still need to find Tower of Hera, and both of our runners hold Swag Duck. And the Hawk's about to rock, and we salute you.
Oh, it looks like Scruff is going to be taking the dark connector that would take you down from Death Mountain, and I don't think either one of our runners has done this.
Nope, not that I'm aware of. Now Sabo predictably heading back to Ice Palace with glove in hand to now finish off Cold Stare.
Somebody needs to give that man a darkroom map. But we really can't fault Scruffs too much for not being able to do this darkroom perfectly, because who does this darkroom anyway?
This is true.
Then there are a lot of holes in this darkroom.
Which dumps him out to Eastern. So
Which,
rage slash is induced.
I don't know, has Scruff done the bonk rocks for Link's house or Dark Link's house?
I don't know if Scruff did it. I know I saw Sabo. One of the, I think Death Mountain exit. That's the brother's house. Dumps into Light World Rock. But I don't know if we've seen I think we've seen the Dark World Rocks.
Right.
Now Scruff gonna make his Mire play.
Yeah, that chat said if Uncle is holding our mitts, that means that we will have to find Hookshot somewhere.
And the GT Big Key.
Which that would mean we have a lot of rando left.
And we were so close to a sub 2. Alright, but it is time for the cold stare fight for Sabo. And with Butter Sword, Butter cuts through cold stare puffs like, well, butter.
So yeah, now it is the Hera hunt. And I think I really think Scruff has done almost everything he can without mitts, to be honest with you.
Let's see, we haven't seen the front of the entrance to Turtle Rock, which is mitts locked. We haven't seen anything in Mire, which is pending a connector or mitts. Have we seen did Scruff go for the dark shopping mall rock?
Yes. I don't remember what was in it, but I remember he was there.
Okay. Checkerboard Cave, which again, part of Mire area. Have they checked regular bonk rocks?
Yes, Scruff did.
There is one connector neither runner's been back to. Oh wait, no, maybe they have. Because that's how Scruff got his moon. Scruff got his moon pearl because of the Turtle Rock Bridge. And so I think Scruff checked that connector. Seen GT. It can't be a pyramid because Hera's a 5/6 crystal. So I think we're gonna have to get our hands on some mitts.
Definitely need some mitts. Desert Entrance was a shop. I think we might see Scruff go either back to Turtle Rock or back to Ice Palace to check those checks.
Alright, crystal number 6 for Sabo. Oh. Could it be vanilla? Could it be vanilla?
Oh, I'm. Ooh.
If it's vanilla.
I mean, okay, so admittedly, I just decided I ran over there to see if I'd missed something on my maps over here. So I ran over to both Scruff and Sabo's channels real quick. I don't think Sabo had any maps up unless I was mistaken. I was looking harder at Scruff's because he's checked everything humanly possible, and he has actually checked humanly possible everything except Mit's checks.
GFE also pointing out if this is the lamp. Could also be the hook shot, because we have hook shot cave on the docket that neither runner's been able to do because neither are normal human beings and can't hover. Alright. Thievestown Big Chest. Both runners did these over an hour ago.
It's the hook shot. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Unfortunately, I did go check Sabo's channel. He does not have maps on his, but I checked Scruff's, and yeah, everything's marked off except for, places with me.
So we've got the 3 items in Hookshot Cave.
Which here it is.
Are mitts one of those items?
If you're rooting for Scruff, you want mitts to be here, or some kind of progression. If you're rooting for Sabo, you want nothing to be here.
Not mitts. Big key to GT. Oh boy.
Oh, whoa. It's the big key to GT. Okay, somebody was a witch in chat this time, not me. And so, who said that mitts were going to be way up there in GT?
Well, some people have also been calling that the mitts are on Uncle.
Oh, that's right.
That's a possibility now.
I think I jinxed them early on because I was like, oh, look at all the items.
Although, chat bringing up a good point, Scruff has a key problem right now, specifically because he's lacking in one.
Where was another one of those GT small keys?
Somewhere that Sabo's been that Scruff hasn't, because Sabo's got 3 of them.
He can't do rando room without a key.
No, he cannot. Oh, one was an ice palace, which Scruff probably skipped.
Oh, the Pin Gator room. Oh, Scruffy, go back.
He is instead going to do the gauntlet. Which, I mean, he can check everything before Trolldorm 2. So if Titan's mitts are there, that would be a really good play. If Titan's mitts are in the Uncle Tunnel or Trolldorm's last possession, that might be a problem.
See, the whole problem at this point is every check now is one-off. It doesn't matter what you're looking at. Every single check is a one-off.
And welcome to Cross Keys. Yoinker's wife, our tracker, also reminding us they also could have checked the big chest at GT. But again, to your point, one off.
Every check. But you know what? I like this race only because it is getting a little bit silly. It is getting a bit, ridiculous. And this is what Cross Keys is all.
What's funny is that before the race, Sabo posted in the SRL channel for the seed generator to not give him trash. I reminded him this is Cross Keys. It's required. He's like, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I also know that their little comment on what they were is they said, we are April Fools. So this is a very fine April Fool's seed. You hate it when that happens right there.
Sabo gonna get his rip off.
And because we had of course, the Monty Python references earlier about the witch, we also have a new one here in chat. On second thought, let us not go to Cross Keys. It is a silly mode.
Well, too bad we're here. Mini Homostar room. Not Mitts. Mitts!
Are you kidding? Oh my god. Okay, burn the witch in chat. And $300 for his troubles.
GFE pointing out in chat, you do not need the hook shot for that. You don't know. Actually, no. You do. You do need the hook shot because you need the GT big key, which is a hook shot cave. And unless Sabo can hover, well, you'll need hook shot.
I heard that Sabo has a lot of finesse, and so therefore he may not, maybe that finesse translates over to his controller as well. And he doesn't want to be angry and hover with his controller.
All right. Yoinker's wife, our tracker, was calling that Hera was going to be in the entrance to TR. So we'll see if she's right.
If it's here, then Scruff has made the Galaxy Brain play of all Galaxy Brain plays right now.
Well, we will find out momentarily. Turtle Rock is not Hera.
It's the upgrade fairy. So what Scruff needs right now is he needs to go back to Turtle Rock. So the question is, what is Scruff going to do here? Is he going to remember he hasn't done those 2 chests of Turtle Rock? Is he going to remember he hasn't done those 4 of Ice Palace? What's he going to do?
Sabo, meanwhile, is tilting right now, forgetting about that Thieves Town big chest.
Scruff is going to do the Ice Palace play first, and I'm going to make a guess that he's going to start going into those, wait, never mind. Oh, there's a key.
Big key to Ice Palace.
And that's what he was waiting for, I bet, to go do the rest of those checks. So, show of hands, who has all been victimized by the Thieves' Town Big Chest in the past? I'm definitely raising my hand right now. Moment of silence for all of those victimized by the Thieves' Town Big Key Chest. Or Big Chest, rather. And Scruff nailing the icebreaker for the second time this race. We're going to see him do the rest of the checks here in Ice Palace, and then we're going to probably see him go to Turtle Rock, in my opinion. He really doesn't have anywhere else to go. Mind of me, the flute is actually in the Firelock side of Turtle Rock. So Scruff gonna check the very last check he's got here, and then we'll see where he goes next. We know that he wants to find Meyer really bad, or the Meyer entrance at least, or Meyer area, if you will. And we'll see what happens from here. I'm kind of very vocally, psychically saying, Scruff, please, please, 10 minutes ago, please, go back to Turtle Rock. Well, if I'm doing a psychic hint right now, that means I'm going to have a link with Scruff. And you know what that means. It would be a link to the past. I'll go to my room now. Yeah, it's my most used pun. I'm here all night. Jex had to step away for just a moment, so he'll be back here momentarily.
Sorry, my wife was dealing with migraine issues. Had to go check on her. Miss anything?
No, I think you found that. They're still both looking for everything.
However, Sabo is about to make his play to GT.
Without the hook shot.
Or the big key. Which the hook shot's blocked by the big key, so tomato, tomato, potato, spud.
Potatoes were delicious for dinner, though. Right, I do need to find my Ocarina of Time so I can give Scruff that very important message for 10 minutes ago. To answer the question in chat here, what are we missing? Hera. That is what we're missing. We are missing the Hera entrance, which is most definitely, in all ways, going to be in the Mire area.
Or it could be an ice palace.
Nope, we just did all of Ice Palace.
No. I mean the ice palace entrance.
That was the potion shop.
Oh. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything.
Oh, I thought you were here for that. My apologies. I had not noticed that you had stepped away at that point, so...
No, like I said, wife's dealing with a migraine, so I had to go help her real quick.
I definitely understand.
Now, interesting thing, Ether was in Randomizer room, which Scruff missed. So, if Hera's at Misery Mire, and Ether is what is needed for Misery Mire, oh, this is just gonna continue to go on.
So yeah, there was a big key. I think it was for Ice Palace that was in the potion shop. And then that, of course, prompted Scruff to go check the entirety of Ice Palace, which had nothing.
Alright, so let's recap for basically people who might be joining us. So, here's what's going on. We're pretty sure that the Tower of Hera is in the Mire area because that's literally the only place we haven't checked yet. The hook shot is in the Thieves' Town Big Chest. Both runners did it like 2 hours, well, not necessarily 2 hours. We'll say 90 minutes. And, did not have hammer at the time, so of course both forgot the Thieves' Town Big Chest, which happened to be the hook shot. Hook shot leads you to Hook Shot Cave, where the GT Big Key is. You run the gauntlet, and in Mini Helmasaur room is where the Titan Spits are. The flute, meanwhile, is on the right, or is in the Fire Rod locked room of Turtle Rock, which also happens to be how you got the Power Glove the first time, because it happened to be in. You go through the front of TR that dumps you out into bumper, ledge, mirror. There's sick kid. Oh hey, he has a glove. So basically, both runners are still missing pieces to get to the Mire area to maybe, hopefully, find Hera. I mean, we're sure it's there, but the question is, which door is it in?
You know, to be nice to our runners, I want to say that it is in Mire Shed. Mire Shed B. So not the one on the left, but the one on the right. And chat being exactly like I am right now, Scruff, please go to TR. Please go to TR. And Sabo, please go to Turtle Rock, or the Thieves' Town Place of Doom.
Scruff has that ether that maybe, possibly, kind of, might be important. We don't know. Again, haven't been to Mire.
Yes, Scruff checked hammer pegs. It was nothing. Let's see. King's Tomb is Aga. I'm not sure where else really we need. Well, I know where we need to go, but I don't know where our runners are going to go next.
And GT Big Chest holding bombs.
It's definitely beatable because we know where the flute is. But the question is, when is Scruff going to go back to Turtle Rock? As Scruff is going to go kill a Helmosaur. Or not. No, Scruff's going to go check this chest here rather than kill Helmosaur. Then again, we know Pet is dead, and we've known that since 7 minutes in.
Yeah, we got a really early book. There's an GT small key. Yeah, as Incoherent says in chat, all the pieces are there. We just need one runner to put them all together.
Go to TR. I'm going to go from my a teammate point of view right now. Please, Scruffy, go to TR. You can do this, I promise.
Was Mimic Cave checked? Yes. Old Man had a fourth dimensional fun today because the front of the Old Man Cave is Light World Mimic Cave, and the back of it is Dark World.
Here it comes! Here it comes! Here it comes! He's gonna get his flute. It's gonna go good, and I'm going back to impartial mode.
Except he's going the wrong way.
Scruff, go the other way, please.
Okay, now it looks like he's going the other way.
Okay, let's go back to the bricks that he's gonna get. He's gonna do stuff. We are looking for flute from Scruff's side, and we're looking for Bosun's side. Is these kind of big checks? The flute is in the side of Turtle Rock.
Looks like both of our runners are starting to make the right play. Problem is, Scruff is one step away from the mire area, whereas Sabo is unfortunately still 3 steps away from the mire area. Alright, Scruff has his flute. Scruff has his flute. He's gonna go activate it, and then he will be heading over to the mire area.
Oh, right. I think we're back. Am I roboting still?
No, you're good.
It said a waiting endpoint on Discord for a solid, 3 minutes. But as Chad has pointed out, Scruff is now very likely in go mode at 2 hours and 17 minutes. Still not bad at all for a go mode for cross keys. So right now we're just hoping that Scruff is not needing Quake. Here it comes, everybody.
It's Bombos.
I'd say that this entrance was done first from Scruff's point of view because he has done a lot of entrance seeds that have this being the entrance he needs.
And it's Ice Rock Cave.
But there are a lot of entrances over here, so let's see what we got.
Spiral cave. A shop.
Okay, Seed, please. Stop doing this to my heart.
There's swamp.
Hey, look, he'd be in go mode for the seed from last night.
Alright, let's try actual Mire Shed. Hey, there's Hera!
And is official go mode at 220. We have found Hera. We are going to go to the top and kill us a Moldorm and kill us a Ganon. Scruff showing off some Hera pot action here.
I have a different setup for this, but I kind of like how his is set up.
Yeah, Scruff and I actually have the same setup for that because we kind of taught each other. And now he's a whole lot better at it than I am because for whatever the reason, my Hera pot doesn't like me.
Alright. 2 butter slashes and the troll is dead.
I think my favorite setup for Hera pot, though, is gotta be the spin speed. If I could ever get that right. Anyway, we have 7 crystals. We have a dead Moldorm. And now is the pig time. Let's go make some bacon.
Are you aching?
Absolutely. So I'm pretty sure the big key was about 22 checks before the last check that Scruff just did.
And with Butter Sword, Ganon is very easy. 6 slashes for phase 1 and 2, and before you know it, you're in phase 3.
Well, I've enjoyed watching and commenting on this cross key seed. It's been a very fun, but wonder how I'm gonna have to ask Scruff how he enjoyed it and all of its trolliness.
Well, we will know thusly because basically we need to get 4 silver skewers in the pig, and that will be it for Scruff as long as he doesn't fall down the hole. And that'll do it.
And there it is. Get your GGs in chat from MrScruffNinjaTuna.
Just gotta wait for the fanfare to finish. And with that, MrScruffNinjaTuna finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 23 minutes, and 32 seconds. Damn those GGs in chat.
We're gonna get Scruffy in here with us momentarily, I hope.
And joining us in chat is MrScruffNinjaTuna. GG.
GG.
So, about those mitts, and about that flute.
Good lord. The flute just kind of ticked me off more than the mitts did. I was anticipating something silly being up in GT since I found that big key so late. But when I got into go mode, well, what I thought was go mode, like an hour 20, just looking for that Hera spot, I was like, okay, it's fine. Hera will be somewhere easy. Somewhere behind, one of the dark rooms. It'll be fine. It's a connector somewhere. And then an hour later, and I'm still sweating.
That was, I mean, honestly, you were the first to find the glove at Sick Kid through that whole TR madness. And so for a while, you kind of had a bit of an advantage on Sabo, and then to your point, like about that hour 20 mark, where we were like, "Wait, Scruff might be in go mode," and then it's like, "Oh, well, that might be a problem."
Yeah, the one thing I was excited about, I'm glad it paid off. Basically the the weird thing of going through either left or right TR all the way through to front TR, that connector almost always has something decent. If you've got the Canis Maria, a Turtle Rock small key, and enough patience to get past those chain chomps, do it. Because it will give you something good. And in this case, it did. So I was happy about it.
Yeah, you finding the gloves, you found the mitts, you found everything. Just it seemed as a complete galaxy brain play in comparison to everything else. Because as soon as you ran back to the back of Thieves Town, we both said here, "Is it vanilla mitts? Is it vanilla mitts?" And sure enough, whenever you found, or not mitts, but we found the hook shot there, and you were like, "Oh no," you know, it was very fun to watch as we found the hookshot actually was just this giant fetch quest.
Everything was just evil, and I am ashamed to say the reason why it took me so long to get to the flute is because I thought I'd actually cleared all of Turtle Rock when I went back and killed Trinex. I did not realize there was anything left until I had gotten that last GT small key. I'm like, alright, time to go up the tower. And I sat there thinking, wait, I never full cleared Turtle Rock. I'm so glad it was the answer, because I did not want to make that climb again.
We also had a fun bit that happened, and if you go back and watch the VOD, I had played a cross key seed right before this thing just to get my mindset, just to get my mind in the cross keys mindset, and I had found like the gloves on Bumper Ledge, and I was just making a joke here saying, what if the gloves are on Bumper Ledge? And then when they weren't there, I was like, oh, they're just going to be in the light world side of the cave there at Bumper Ledge.
Well, hey, it worked out.
Sabo on his Ganon fight at this point. But yeah, I mean that last bit, like, it was fascinating to watch because you had the hook shot in the mitts, but you didn't have the flute. Sabo had the flute and the hook shot, or Sabo had the flute but not the hook shot in the mitts or the GT big key, and so it was just kind of fascinating to be like, the whole time it just kept being like, okay, this runner needs this and this runner needs this, and then it like just kept like the chain just kept getting longer and longer.
I really was just sweating at something fierce over the last hour, because I just kept thinking, okay, if I found all this, Sabo must have found this. So if he did it right, then oh boy.
Unfortunately, he did it. He did get a triple on Ganon, which made his Ganon fight shorter, and sab0tender finishes with an official SRL time at 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 42 seconds. GG's to Sabo.
We're going to get him in here as well to ask a few questions and get this going, but both of you ran a incredibly fun race to watch, and it definitely was a fantastic April Fool's.
Oh yes. Yes, it was.
So pulling up... Wow. you guys in the Hyrule Castle division are pretty tight bunched here. This is gonna be an interesting last couple of weeks for your Hyrule Castle division, and we've got sab0tender joining us in chat. GG.
Hey, GG, Scruff. Nice work, buddy.
And GG. Thank you. I think it was mainly just luck on my part.
Well, I made some dumb. So, I mean, it's cross keys is what it is, man. I mean, like, you gotta get a little bit lucky, but, you gotta remember where everything is, and I kind of lost the script for a little bit on this one.
Yeah, that Thieves Town big chest, came back to bite you guys.
Yeah. See, that's one of those locations that I always feel gets a little too much weight. And so I always ignore it because I hate that chest. And of course, in this race, it comes up huge. So that was really awesome.
I absolutely knew it was going to have something just sitting there in the back of my head because we'd gotten both the big key and the small key so freaking early. I was thinking, nah, it's fine. Let's just go with it. We won't find the hammer for a while. Oh, look, it's hammer.
Yeah. It was wild. Yeah, of course it was there. When we had access so early to Thieves Town, yeah, of course.
How are you feeling like an hour 20 in? Because we were looking at it, and there was a moment where you had still not found the glove, but once you did, like, we were both kind of looking at it like, wow, like, Scruff may be in go mode, and wait, Sabo just needs a glove and he could be in go mode, and then, oh, an hour later, well, guess not.
It was like such a debate. It felt like it was going pretty quick. I was looking at the clock and I was thinking, maybe a sub 2 is possible here. And then I lost my Dark World access completely. I forgot what connector it was to get into the Dark World until I finally got over to that Turtle Rock front door there, onto the that bumper ledge there. And then everything kind of moved on from there, I guess, right? But, yeah. It felt like it was real fast, and then it...
Just super crazy. By the way, did you ever check Pyramid? The item on Pyramid.
Item on Pyramid was a map? Oh, piece of heart. It was a piece of heart.
Oh, okay. Shoot, I was hoping that was the lamp. That's the only reason why I didn't go there, because I figured I've gone this far without a lamp. The lamp is obviously got to be somewhere easy to get, and that's one of the only locations, so...
Yeah, who knows where that was? Man. It could be because from what we've looked on all this, technically none of the things that you guys had was locked by lamp. Everything to get to the top of GT and to get to Uncle was all in logic without lamp.
Yeah, I think you are right, looking at my map here. Because we would have gotten access gotten to Death Mountain through Super Bunny Cave, mirrored over from there. Shoot, yeah, I think you're right.
That's the only thing I got. But it would have expected you to find... Well, with the way the seed played, it definitely expected you to do that Thieves Town big chest really, really early.
Yeah, I figured that would have paid off for anyone that decided to go ahead and wait to do Thieves Town until after you got the hammer. One thing that I was super surprised though, Sabo, when did you find the boots in relation to finding Hookshot Cave?
Ooh, I feel like I was fairly late to the boots. I don't know. Because I didn't go back to Hookshot Cave for quite a while to get that one chest that was those 10 arrows. So I think I might have been a little bit behind on getting that. Or maybe I lost where Hookshot Cave was, and that's why. But I don't know. It took me a while to get back there.
Okay, second question. How comfortable are you with hovering?
Oh, I don't do it.
Oh, thank God.
I don't got time for that.
Oh, that was another thing that was just eating away at the back of my head when I found that GT big key. I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
god, Sabo probably found this. Oh god.
Yeah, I guess that would have made a big difference if you could have hovered that, because then, yeah, you would have had that key a lot earlier. Mm.
Yep, so you wouldn't even have to bother with that hook shot.
Oh, bummer. I should have picked up some hovering skills.
It's alright. I like what chat's saying. We'll just leave that to P-Train.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so kind of last thing that I'm thinking of is, like I mentioned, is Sabo is coming in here. I mean, with you guys, with Hyrule Track and Field taking the win, even before that, first place and sixth place in your division is all between 6 points. So these last 2 weeks in your guys' division is going to be wild.
Oh yeah, it is.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really, every game matters. It's going to be pretty tight. I am playing most of them, unfortunately, so hopefully I can kind of pick myself up a little bit here. I feel like I'm letting my boys down, but yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see kind of how it all shakes out in the end.
Yeah, you got this.
I definitely understand where you're coming from, Sabo. I feel like I'm the one who's doing that on my team. But I mean, both of you played such a fantastic race and a fantastic seed in general, both sub 230. And really, like, are you guys looking forward to the next 2 weeks of just co-op play?
I am. I really am.
Yeah, I think it should be kind of fun to actually be chatting with the guys while we're doing it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. So, well, is there any final thoughts that either one of you have about the seed?
Burn it with fire.
Yeah, I'm good. But thanks to you guys, Jex and Tabby Cat, for doing commentary here. Really appreciate that. And Yoinker's wife doing the tracker duty, clicking those buttons. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks again for doing this for us.
Well, thank you guys for running, and once again, please be sure to give MrScruffNinjaTuna and sab0tender follows on Twitch for this. I mean, it was an entertaining race tonight we had from both of them, and again, shout outs to Yoinker's wife, our tracker, and Tabby Cat. It was the first time in the commentary booth with you, and certainly enjoyed it.
Definitely enjoyed being here with you, and I think make sure you follow all of our crew here. Jack's here in the booth, and then of course Yoinker's wife for being awesome, pushing all them buttons.
And so we've got a boatload of cross keys action going on tomorrow. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 today. A lot of races tomorrow, so please be sure to stay tuned to the schedule for the Link to the Past Randomizer League and all the action that we'll be having with the rest of this Cross Keys week. So, for sab0tender, for MrScruffNinjaTuna, for Yoinker's wife, for TabbyCat54, I am JexReffy. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next mission.